This is Georgia Clark doing Unit 304 using collaborative technologies. This is number 3.2 and 3.4. So in addition to a previous video I have made the link is found on my personal statement, I'm just going to show you how to give access on a different platform. I previously used Dropbox, so for this example we're going to be using Google Drive as a different collaborative technology to use. So for example, if I show you this document I've been working on at work, it's my holiday notes for when I'm away. So if I then open the document itself, I can click share. At the moment, it's only me that has access to this document, but you can there are two ways of giving access on Google Drive, whether it be through a shareable link, which is really easy. You can just give them the link and they can work on it. But it also gives you the function to be able to give them edit access, meaning they'll be able to edit the document directly on Google Drive. No need to download it to make alterations. Multiple people can work on it at the same time, so it's a very easy function to be able to use. You can use anyone with comments. This means that you can highlight words or paragraphs, or for example, and add a comment to them, but there's nothing you'll be able to change on in the actual document itself. And then finally, you can also give them view access. This is if they just need to read the document, they don't need to change anything about it. And it's a really easy way of making sure that the right people have the right levels of access depending on whether it be their job role or what they actually would need the document for. Another way of doing it is being able to share their email addresses. So for example, if I start to type in my email address, or this is the girl I work with, so I would then want to if I wanted to share the document with her, but I wanted to make sure she had edit access, I would just make sure that when I do this, I just click who I want to share it with. So I would type in who I want to share it with, and then whether I want them to edit, comment, or view access. Google Drive is a free product to use, and you get a certain number, I think it's 2 gigabytes of data or of storage that you can then use to for videos or documents, PowerPoint, spreadsheets, images, or photos, whether it be for personal or business use. Google Drive is a really good way of being able to use your work email address. So for example, this is my work email address Google Drive login, and it just allows me to be able to share documents with the people I work with. So for example, if I was to send this to my own personal email address, which is outside of the all response thing, sometimes it comes up with a little notification. I've sent this to myself before, but it's like it gives you a notification to say this person is outside of your company. Are you still willing to proceed? Which is a really good way to for security as well. So then the next part I will be looking at is Unit 304, continuing on with 304, but we're now going to look at 4.4, which is archiving on Google Drive. So for example, if I look in my Google Drive folders, this is all my college folders. So for example, if I was to look at Unit 330, Project Management, for example, evidence, and I was to look at this social brief, if I then needed to share that with someone, whether it be at college or whether that be at whether I needed to share that if this was a work document I needed to share, it's a really easy way of being able to use, as you would with Google Drive, be able to use it in the platform. So for example, rather than me having to download this, I could go open Microsoft Word Online, and then this means that once this opens, I'll be able to edit the document, make changes to the document, and then save the document again without having to change anything with downloading it. Sorry for that. So here you can see that it would allow me to change the document in here. So this is, for example, because you can see that my lines have been split, which isn't ideal. So we'll click back on that, and then we can just click and it just automatically saves, because that's the point of archiving, is it saves as you go along. So there'll be a constant backup of previous documents that you can then go back to. The same for Google Drive. If I was to make a change to here, I've already got it open. If I was to make a change to here, for example, you can then look at, because I'm the only person on here, but you can see that the last edit was 2 hours ago, and you can look back to see what the previous edits were. So if need be, you can go back and see who's changed it. If there's multiple people on the sheet, you can see what time it was changed, and you can also restore backed up versions for 30 days on the free version and then 120 days on the next version up. That's the same for Google Drive, and the same for Dropbox. And when you're done, you can just click back and it's all done, all saved, and all the alterations will be saved. Thank you.